So my daughter, Claire, is an interior designer, and she and I like to build these steampunk lamps. This is about the fourth one we've made, I think. As you can see, they're made primarily from black iron pipe fittings, new, uh, along with a few reclaimed plumbing fittings, like the switch I mounted in an old pressure regulator, and the big brass part in the middle is a backflow preventer, and that base right there is a brake drum from a Ford Escape. So this is kind of a layout of the various parts in the early stage. One thing you can see, the bulb cages, this is the zinc coating that can be burned off with a really hot torch, like a map torch. I think the black iron looks way better than galvanized fittings. The galvanized look new and shiny, and the black iron looks old and antique-y. And you can see the cloth wrapped wire that looks a lot more period and better for these lamps in my. The other thing you can see in this shot is the brass on like the backflow reducer and the pressure regulator. It's old and tarnished, and that a wire brush on a mini grinder will clean that all up and make it look shiny. And then in the end, I spray a clear lacquer all over the whole thing, which gives it a nice sheen and prevents rust. Here's a little time lapse of Claire and I assembling the at least the lower portion of the lamp. There's always going to be a certain amount of putting it together, taking it back apart, making sure it works right, and you know, sometimes you go backwards. Each one of these things we've built is, you know, totally one of a kind. You just kind of design them on the fly a little bit, and it takes a lot of experimentation with different size fittings, different length fittings, and that kind of thing. But it's a fun thing to put together. These Edison bulbs are easily found. I buy them on the web as well. They're fairly expensive, like $10 a piece, I think. You know, I had to do a little modification to the inside of this pressure regulator body to fit that switch. And this is just a close-up of the way I like to put some heat shrink tubing on the cord right where it comes out, so a little strain relief kind of thing. Dresses it up a little bit. This is a shot of the lamp holder that I like to use. I have a bunch of old ones, but they're available new from electrical supply houses and Home Depot. They fit perfectly in a 3/4 by 1 1/4 bell reducer, and I just silicone in after I solder the wires and use heat shrink tubing for insulation. I should talk a little bit about the wiring involved in one of these. Of course, the wires are all concealed through the pipes, and it can be a challenge to fish those through. It's a very simple circuit, obviously, with just one switch that interrupts the circuit to turn them on and off. If you have some basic wiring experience, it's a piece of cake. If you don't, you've never done that kind of thing before, you can educate yourself. There's a lot of web searches you could do on that, or if you have a friend that is capable of that kind of thing, then it's pretty simple for somebody with a little bit of know-how. I like that plug I found at Home Depot. It looks good with this lamp. I think it was like $5. And that's it. So I just wanted to show people an example of what one of these things could look like. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.